Hi, it's the 3rd of September 2018 at 1:30 p.m. I was a reluctant mgtow. I came into it after a long history of just complete nonsense, really. Um, I looked at mgtow and it struck a chord with me straight up. But while it did that, I didn't really agree with everything that it offered. And to explain my point, I've divided things into two, as like there are two sliders here. One is peace, and there's no doubt if you take women and society out of your life, you will achieve far greater peace. There's no end of guys here that'll tell you that. The other slider though is joy, and that, yeah, you can get joy from going to a movie or waking up and listening to the birds sing and all of that sort of stuff. But it's not the same as joy that you can derive from human contact. The problem with joy and human contact is that it's a contact sport most of the time. So there's this tiny little bit of joy wedged in between rounds 1 through to 750,000. I'm not going back to what I had. I can't. I thought about it, and I've thought, no, this is wrong. I shouldn't be living by myself. I should be with somebody else. And any number of people will tell me that, and pretty soon the government will be telling me that it's not right that you're on your own, Bob. Yep, that's great, but I have to live. And the further I get from the war zone, the more I realise how bad it was. And the truth is, whether I have all these dreams, life could be better and how much better it could be. The truth is, right now I'm better off than I was. Health-wise, that's for sure. I don't drink anymore. I'm not perpetually upset and in this state of turmoil, and basically feeling like I just can't win at all. That's no longer a part of my thinking. But I would like to move forward, and I've been sort of toying with this idea. I'm wondering what a polygamous relationship would be like. A little bit like the Mexicans do, according to CURP 2022 anyway. And I've noticed other cultures, you often see, 2 or 3 brothers marrying 2 or 3 sisters. And I thought, maybe there's something in that. Because if it's just you, if you go into bat against, a woman, which has got a whole network behind her, plus all of the feminists behind her, the whole thing, there's you and this crowd of people. And it's almost like they're all laughing at you. Gotcha, you're stuffed, aren't you? You're like a little mouse in a cage and you can't do anything. That's what it's like. And I thought, no, I don't want that. Yeah, it's funny for you, but it's not for me. And it's soul destroying, heartbreaking for guys. Funny for women, just totally destroying for us. So I'm getting to think, why should I just do without everything to satisfy this group of people that well, God, you're going to have to come back eventually, aren't you? We're advertising, telling you that you're lonely, and you can move into an old people's home with us. No, I'm not going to. That's what it feels like to me. It's almost like the world's mocking me. So I'm starting to think, I know AB pretty well, I know Beng pretty well, and I know Bri pretty well. I thought, why don't we have a foursome? Why don't we sort of simulate 2 brothers, 2 sisters? I mean, what's the problem? I'm not interested in Bri sexually, but I mean, what's the problem? Why not try sisters? Why not try polygamy? Or whatever it's called when you've got, multiple partners both sides. But look, I know it's probably not everybody's cup of tea, but it's the only way I can see that I can get the support I need in a relationship, because I'm not, taking say if I had a relationship with somebody like AB, yep, well, pretty soon she's got so many sisters and the whole world would be against me. There's nothing I could do right. But if I have a friend who's somehow involved in, we create the relationship, then I talk to him. So, we have a barbecue or something, and I'll talk to him, and the girls can talk to one another, and, we cook the barbecue and they can have a swim in the pool or something. I don't know. I'm sort of, it makes sense to me. And I've noticed women, I've tried, you've watched me try, they just don't talk. I like to have a conversation, so, I can sit down and talk with a guy, and, I'm not going to get the same conversation from women. They just can't hold a conversation. End of story. I tell you that. I see it on the channel. Best they can do is a sentence, maybe two. It's usually just one sentence at a time. And I look at it and think, well, why do I want to get back to that? I talk to guys here, and there's blah 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 blah. It's 10 or 15 sentences. They're thinkers, and they look at things in a different way and what have you. But women don't seem to want to do that. It's at a different level. So why not combine the two? I was just thinking with Brian. I get on well with Brian. Very well with him. I have done for years. Wouldn't bother me if he has both the sisters or not. Doesn't, who cares? It's more like anything is better than what I have. And a monogamous relationship, where there's this bond of, I'll stuff that. I forget the jealousy. Who cares? Is it that important? Yeah. So look, I know it's. Feel free to. I'm sure you will add your comments on this one, but it's just evening. The way I think it's working out is, how do you even up the? How do you get this? The strength, because any sort of monogamous relationship is just you up against her family, her circle of friends, her children, her this, her that. You're up against an army, and it's an army that wants to kill you and put you down. That's the truth of it. That's what I've found. And it's there's nothing about equality. It's just it's just you will do what you're told to do. And who wants it? I don't. Yeah, but I don't know. So what I thought I'd do. Now I know it's a strange idea, but I thought I would. I'd start it off on an email relationship. So if I send an email to one person, I send it to three. Like I'll send a copy to Brian, one to Bing, and one to AB. And just see what happens, see whether they respond to it. And the idea is that they can respond, and it could be a bit of a confusing mess, but it's like I tried to sort of do this with the friendly club, but they just don't turn up. And I'll be there, and they don't turn anything up. This is hopeless. So I thought, this is asynchronous communication. I send an email, if they reply in the next 2 or 3 days, who cares? It's sort of like saying good morning. And 3 days later you go, yeah, hi. But it's okay, because it all stacks up in your mind as if you're having a relationship. I think. Well, I mean, I think this is where it's going for me anyway. But look, as I said, I've only started doing it yesterday. I just sent one email to all three. It's like a chat site, that's mobile. We send it to one another. And it's all private, sort of like, well, private to an extent. I guess we could do it on Viber as well, but yeah, it's a different style of relationship. Rather than there's one-on-one, it's actually I'm part of 4. But I think I'm pretty open-minded, actually, in all honesty. But look, I'll keep you informed as to how it's going. I won't give you all the details. But it's just at this stage, it's just an experimental thing in socialisation, as opposed to monogamy. Look, it's not going to be great, but at least it'll be different. I know how monogamous relationships going to go. I've had that many now. It's just, You know, why bother? But this at least will be different. It'll be a different set of problems, different interactions, different everything. I mean, I'm sure it won't work either, but at least it won't work in a different way. Okay, good talking to you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.